Here's the entire funnel breakdown of Brez Scales, who has scaled his business to more than 500k plus per month, right? It's an absolute amazing funnel. And of course, it has worked absolutely amazing for him, obviously, because he scaled it to almost 500k plus per month and he's doing amazing with it. He's popping off, he's all over the internet. You guys probably have seen him. So we're literally going to be breaking down his entire funnel. I'm going to be showing you everything that's part of his funnel. So yeah, let's get right into it, guys. So we have divided this into three sections. First is how he gets traffic and what he does with the lead generation, and then how he converts them into a call and closes them, right? So first, let's get into his traffic. So his two main platforms he uses is one is Instagram and next is YouTube. He also uses TikTok, but this is really like the two main platforms. This is what has got him most of his sales, and this is what he really uses to, push his product and stuff. So these two are what he really uses. Now, the type of content he posts, it's not really like something that goes over scores or his product or whatever he's selling, but it's just, really broad type of content that is just like lifestyle blogs, lifestyle type of content that is really just, its main goal is to just get more people, right? It's to reach more eyeballs. That's what he really does. As you can see here, it's just like, he posts these lifestyle type of content, and sometimes he does these like face talking videos where he just sits and talks, nothing edited, and that's really all he does. This is what he does, and it's been getting a lot of views for him. And the same thing with his YouTube channel, literally. So he literally posts just what he does, showing social proof, showing what he's doing, just lifestyle vlogs, showing what his business has helped him do. And in these videos, what he does is like he goes on with his day, right, driving his car, whatever, and suddenly shows like a payment notification, something. And those are really just proof you're showing to your audience that tells them, hey, this business model that I'm using actually works. See, this is the amount of money that's it's generating me, and I'm literally doing nothing. I'm on my supercar right now, I'm driving, I'm literally doing nothing, and it has still made me money. It still made me money, right? That's what he's showing to the viewers, and it is all social proof, right? They see all this and they think, okay, what this guy has actually works. It has made him a lot of money, and it gets them interested into whatever he's selling, right? And he doesn't really nurture as much with content. The nurturing part and the really putting on the CTAs and getting people interested, getting leads, he really does that with just stories, right? And that's on Instagram. What he does, he pushes all these views that he gets on YouTube into Instagram, right? That's what he does. And his story sequences go like this. Here, first, what he does is he has a hook, right? A hook, that's story number one. Then it goes into like a story where it's actually the story. The hook is basically like you have a couple words and then you have an arrow pointing to the next story, so the viewers know that they have to click on the next one. And the next story is basically like opening up spots for my program, blah blah blah, right? You guys get the idea. Basically telling them what you have and what you're going to do. And then story number 3 is social proof. You show social proof. That is very important that you show social proof, because guys, if you're not having anything to show, nobody's really going to buy, because we are in a trust recession right now. I know you guys have been hearing this a lot, but that is literally the truth. If you don't have proof for whatever you're selling actually works, nobody's really going to buy. You need proof. So you show testimonials, client results, all that. And story number 4 is basically like the solution, whatever you're selling, right? You show a little bit of that, like a glimpse of it. And story number 5 is the CTA, right? Click on this, DM me this, whatever, link in bio, whatever, and you book in a call like that. This is what he does to redirect them to the VSL, and this is basically like his entire traffic. This is how he generates traffic. So guys, moving on from traffic, so we've seen how he generates the eyeballs, uses Instagram, posts only like lifestyle content, getting a lot of people in, motivational content, whatever. Post a talking head video here and there explaining his product, what he does. We've seen that. And then most of the pushing his product and promoting his product is done in the stories, right? We've seen that. Now let's go ahead and get into lead generation, how he actually generates leads for his business, and it has worked a lot, and he's generating a shit ton of leads, right? So what he does is all the eyeballs he's getting, from Instagram and YouTube, he just pushes them to his VSL. So on Instagram, he has his link right here. So that's his VSL link. On YouTube, he at the end of the video tells you to go check description, whatever, if you guys want to have similar results, all the results he shows on his video. And he has his link right here to his VSL, and he also has a direct link to apply to scale your brand, right? Whatever. Now that's where all the traffic are pushed to his VSL. Next, what he does is once they click on it, the prospect clicks on it, they see something like this, right? So it goes, brand new mini course reveals the exact strategy I used to go from a fat Fortnite kid to making over 6 figures per month with freelance brand scaling. Now, this is very, very important. You see what he did here. The exact strategy I used to go from a fat Fortnite kid to making over 6 figures per month with freelance brand scaling. The words he used here there, and using a fat Fortnite kid there, is very, very important. You might ask me, how the hell is that important? Because he understood his ICP. He knows his ICP is a fat Fortnite kid. I mean, he may not be a fat Fortnite kid, but most of the people watching his videos, were just a kid playing Fortnite, had no, vision, nothing. They were just lost in life, right? Because he knows his ICP. He knows who he's selling to, and that's very important. You got to know your ICP. If you want to sell something, you got to know your ICP's desires, their problems, their goals, how their life looks like, where they live, what their age is. You got to know everything, right? Because once he does that, once he mentions a fat Fortnite kid, it resonates, right? It resonates with the prospect, and that is very, very important. And once they read that, they think, okay, so this guy was in a similar situation to where I was, and he's done this, so it resonates with them, right? So that is very, very important. You gotta lock in on your ICP, guys. This is very, very important, right? So once they read that, he shows click below to claim the video. And yes, the video, once you click there or you click here, unlock the mini course, what it does is it shows an opt-in, right? So an opt-in, this is where you put in your name, your email, and your phone. Now once the prospect puts in that, they click on claim training, and then it reveals, and then you can watch the VSL or the video, right? And he mentions elite roundtable right there, and he mentions that a lot on his videos too. This is basically branding, right? That's what his program or mentorship is called, elite roundtable, and he mentions that a lot in his videos, so people know that, right? So he mentions that people know what that is, right? So he does that there, and then exact CTA right here, hook. The exact strategy I used to go from a fat 490K to making 6 figures per month with freelance brand scaling. Click play on the video to watch. Now, once they watch the video, if they are interested, if they want to know more, they click on apply now. With the VSL, it's not like the best VSL out there. It's pretty good. It can be made better, if you ask me, but it's pretty good. It's been working for him, and that's all that matters, right? So once they watch the VSL, they click on apply now. Now, most people will click on apply now because of all the proof there is out there. Right? There's literally so many proof, and below these videos, look at this. He has all his testimonials, his client results. It's undeniable proof, guys. If you literally have proof to show that your shit works, you will sell your product. Doesn't matter, right? How shit you are at sales, you will sell. And this is what he has done. He's shown a lot of proof, and he's winning. So yeah, he literally has like all these proofs right here, all his testimonials in below the video, below the VSL. So all prospects can check it out. They see what he's been able to do, and They see what he can do if they sign up and work with him, right? So it's undeniable proof. This is literally what you need if you want to succeed. You need to show proof that your shit works. If you don't, nobody's really going to trust you. Nobody's really going to buy. So once they click on apply now, they get taken to this application, right? It's a form that they fill. So this application is only for freelance brand scalers who have funds to invest into their learning. Do not apply if you don't have set aside funds for coaching. So there'll be a form that you guys can click, and it will ask a bunch of questions, like what they're doing, what they're struggling with, and then how much they have to invest, all that stuff. So it basically qualifies you, so that's what it does, to make sure you have the funds for the business, where you are, what your problems are, what your goals are with the business. The form goes over all that, and once you click on that, what it does is it will basically show you thank you, and our team will reach out to you in a few hours, and there will be a thank you video made by Brez, where he just thanks you for filling out the form. And that's basically the whole VSL, right? That's basically the whole funnel. This is what he does to generate leads. Now he's generated a lead, right? Now what he does, and the thing is, if people watch and do not click on apply now, he still has their info. So he runs them through their email list, he runs them through all that. So he further nurtures them fully, and he also has their phone number. So he calls them, they set a call, their team calls them to book in a call to qualify them, right? All that, to ask why they haven't filled out the form, all that stuff. They have their info, so they can just put them into their email list and nurture them for how long they want, and voila, right? So that is basically the whole thing. Now once he has got a lead, people have filled out the form, this is what happens next. And this is really the most important part that everybody I see neglect on. They don't really focus much on this, but I'm telling you, this is where all the magic happens. If you do not lock in on this part right here, nothing will really work for you. You can get all this right? You can get good traffic, you can have the best VSL in the world, but if you're not locking in on this, nothing will really work. So listen up. So once they have the form filled, what then happens is the seller reaches out as soon as possible, and it's probably around within 6 hours the seller will reach out. So they're pretty fast on reaching out to leads, and then books call with the sales team, right? Simple as that, right? Call booked, easy peasy. So once the call is booked, this is where everything happens. So once a call is booked, the setter then makes sure VSL is being watched. They create a WhatsApp group with the closer and the setter and the prospect, makes sure VSL is watched, gives out all the converting mechanisms like extra content, extra value, all that stuff. And then a confirmation 24 hours before the call, and then a reminder 6 hours before the call, and then another reminder 3 hours before the call, and then setter confirms again 1 hour before, a reminder 5 minutes before, and then a link to call, right? So you see how many times they're reminding them of the call. To make this is what literally improves their show up rate by a lot, right? So you have one reminder right here, 2, 3, 4, 5 reminders to a call, guys. So I see people doing like 1 or 2 reminders. He's doing 5, right? So you gotta do a lot of, because prospects don't really have you on their mind 24/7. They may forget, right? So you gotta remind them. And then next thing, and you may think like, oh, will it be too annoying? No, it won't. The thing is, you gotta remember, they need you more than you need them, right? That's how it should be. It's not the opposite. That's how it should be. They need your service, otherwise they wouldn't have booked in a call. Now once the link to the call is sent, if it's a no-show, they go through a 7 days follow-up system. They go through the email list, a 7 days follow-up system by the setter, where they completely follow up with them every single day. And if they are not closed, they further get nurtured through content. And if they're closed, voila, we've made money. So this is how Brez has his whole funnel, right? And this is very, very important. If they don't show up, he follows up them. If they're not closed, he nurtures them with the content, right? And if it's closed, boom, he's made a lot of money. And this is literally the whole funnel this guy uses to literally generate thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, he's making $500,000 a month. So this shit actually freaking works, guys. So we've gone over everything. I hope you guys have found this helpful. If you guys have any doubts regarding this or whatever, go ahead and DM me. And if you guys want a system like this or a funnel similar to this implemented for your business, done for you, if you run an online business, whether it be an agency, coach, or consulting business, just go ahead and book in a call using the link in the description. A one-on call with me, not some random closer. So we'll really pull out a whole roadmap generator that is specifically tailored to you. So if that's something you want, go ahead and book in a call. And if there's any doubts, DM me on my Instagram. I hope you guys found this video valuable. If you did, go ahead and subscribe and check out my other videos. I bet you'll find those valuable too. And with that being said, I'll see you guys on the next one.